It's Tatiana on Alt 1057, Albany's new alternative. I'm here with Sydney Schizzano. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you just got back from a couple live shows, so in a little bit I want to hear about how those went. But I just want you to introduce yourself first and talk about the kind of music you play.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I am 22 years old. I went to college at the College of St. Rose for the music industry program. I'm a songwriter. I kind of write songs in like a weird kind of blend of like pop. It's kind of like a mix of R&B, like a little bit of folky singer-songwriter things. I always have a hard time describing it because I don't know what to describe it as. But I do a little bit of spoken word. I do mostly singing and stuff. But yeah, I write on like guitar and piano and stuff.
So are you like a jack of all trades with music, play multiple instruments?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah.
That's a talent. Some people just do vocals, some play, What is your favorite instrument? Do you have one?
I mean, I would consider my voice to be like or just voices in general to be like my favorite instrument. I love how they can be very versatile and stuff.
Now, you said you had a difficulty describing the type of music. I've listened to it. It's, on your website, sydneyschizzano.com, you've got some songs up there. Mm-hmm. So, definitely a really cool alt style of music for sure.
Thank you.
Now, who are your big influences? What would you relate?
That's such a hard question. I definitely like Regina Spektor.
Okay. I love Regina Spektor.
Yeah. Oh my God, amazing. Amazing songwriter, amazing storyteller. I think that we kind of have the same, or at least I try to, kind of emulate storytelling like her. I love St. Vincent, killer guitar player. I just wish I could play guitar like her. I love Bon Iver. He's super cool with the way that he records things and the way that his mind works. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, the dynamic. And it's funny because honestly, you saying that, I was thinking about that when I was getting ready for this interview because I love Bon Iver. He's one of my favorite singer-songwriters, Justin Vernon. And, when I was listening to some of your songs on the website, I could totally see that with the dynamics and kind of the sounds that you do.
Oh, so thank you.
Yeah, I actually could have totally picked that out. Yeah. So, it's interesting because all the people you just spoke with have very different live shows. St. Vincent, I've seen her, and she's got a big stage production sometimes. Yeah. Bon Iver, depending, he can have a lot of instruments, or he can be, pretty simple. How is your live show? What is, if a fan was going to your live show, what would they expect?
I think it's interesting because we just kind of solidified who we play, who I play with live. Right now we're a band of 5, including myself.
Okay.
And it's just a whirlwind of emotions, first of all. But yeah, we have 2 guitars, we've got synthesizers, we've got keyboards, we've got bass, drums, background vocals and stuff. We just try to put as much as we can into every song and try to do it sometimes we'll do it just like the way that we recorded it, and other times we throw that out the window and we just kind of like to experiment with stuff. But I would say it's definitely more of a bigger production, I guess.
I was going to say that's a big group on stage, so definitely probably a full sound. Do you are you pretty straightforward where some bands like to just go on stage and play, some have a little bit more added in with lights, costumes, things like that? What's that look like?
We're dabbling in the whole actual visual effect of it.
Okay.
Right now we're trying to kind of keep it simple but kind of clean, we're all kind of in black and doing our own thing. But we just try to keep it, I guess, as organic as possible.
Okay.
We want to make sure that people connect with us, I guess, the most, rather than being super oh wow, that was really cool. We just want to be inclusive and kind of everyone's as an organic collective kind of thing.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Now, you said you just solidified your bandmates, your lineup. What did that look like? How did you solidify that? Did you guys hit it off right away? Were you looking for people for a while?
It was tough for a while because we all went to school together.
Okay.
And we've worked with each other in some shape or form and stuff. To the people in my band I've been working with for the longest, like about 3 years now. My keyboardist, Julia Gardner, and my guitar player, Nick Pavalardo. We've been working together for a while, and then we kind of traded in and out for bass players and drummers and stuff, but now I'm working with Zach Rapone and Russell Hanasick as the drummer and bass player. So it definitely was a process to try to find these people and to connect with them. Actually, one of my bandmates, Zach Rapone, we did not used to get along and stuff like that, but we actually sat down and like stopped being stupid and realized like, oh wow, like yeah, like we're buddies now. So
sometimes that dynamic can engage certain emotions and help with the creative process.
Exactly. There you go.
Now your album out, your most recent album is You Gave Me Love. Is that correct? Okay. When did that come out? Is that recent or?
I mean, pretty recent. We just put that out in December, so that was December 9th, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, where can people find that if they want to?
You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that good stuff. We have some physical copies for sale if you come see us at a show.
And now, speaking of shows, you had mentioned you just got back from some live shows. How did they go?
They went pretty well, yeah. Some better than others, of course. I think towards the end we were all exhausted and just like lack of sleep. But it was super fun. It was my first time doing like back-to-back shows like that.
Okay.
And I think it went a lot better than I was expecting. Yeah. But yeah, it was super fun, and just to kind of explore different cities and to see who was out there and to kind of connect with these other musicians was really, really cool.
What is the favorite, like the best place you've played a show? Your favorite place?
That's such a. I'm not gonna lie. I love playing in Albany.
I like
really
that
like
answer.
It. Yeah, I do. I love playing in Albany. I think it's just kind of like a certain kind of vibe here. Like we love playing in like DIY like houses and stuff, and just like the energy in the room is just like I can't describe it.
What is the worst experience you've had performing live?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, how specific do you want me to get?
Well, depending. I mean, I've talked to bands who all of a sudden, have equipment snafus or just like horrible crowds. Like, what's the worst thing you've dealt with?
I mean, I would just say I've dealt with some promoters that have just been like the worst, who like we would just walk in and they'd be like, all right, like if you don't have this many people here tonight, like you're never playing here again. And I'm like, awesome, cool. Like
way to not put pressure.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's go on stage now. But that wasn't fun. But yeah, we try to avoid those people.
Now, it's good to put that out there, because if there's any new artists, musicians, fans listening, what's some advice you would have for someone else starting out?
I guess just to like stick to your guns. Like if you know you've got something and you're passionate about what you're doing, just do it with 100% energy and like put all of your energy into it, because it can get very discouraging, I think, especially just starting out. And it's super easy to kind of find those people who will just like nag you and like pull you down and stuff like that. So it's important just to like ignore them sometimes and just do your thing, and just always put your whole heart into it. That's what I would say.
That's awesome. That's really good advice, because it can be difficult, And so you have, speaking of putting your heart into it, you were working on a music video for a song Never Be Good. Is that correct? I want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Yeah.
Is that done yet? Is that out?
It's not out yet. We're in the editing process. We're shooting for it to be out November 3rd. Trying to that's our tentative date we're working with, but I'm super excited about it. My sister directed it and recorded it, and it's gonna be cool.
Very cool. Any other fun stuff in the works, upcoming shows, anything like that?
Yeah, we've got some upcoming shows in Burlington, Vermont at the Radio Bean on the 10th of October. We've got another radio show on the 11th, and we've got a show at Mean Max Brew Works in Glens Falls on the 12th, which should be really cool. We've also got a Paris show coming up. So we've got a lot of things coming up, and we're looking to record some more stuff in November. So
great. So it sounds like a lot of busy stuff coming up then.
Yeah.
I know Radio Bean very well. I used to live up in Burlington.
Oh, awesome.
So I definitely could see you playing there for sure.
Cool.
It's a great scene. Now, what is your, I'm going to do some fun questions with you.
Sure.
Because you've been in Albany for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part of the Capital Region?
That's, again, such a good question. I guess it's tough because, like, I went to school at the College of St. Rose, so, like, a lot of times I would just, like, live, like, there. I'd be, like, too afraid to leave my dorm. So I was a weenie. But I really like Lark Street, just, like, all of the different, like, I think, like, Stacks Coffee House is there. I love that place. Bombers, like, just, like, I love the whole strip is really cool, I think. Yeah.
Is there one favorite music venue you have?
Yes, I would say I love the Palace. The Palace is super cool. I saw Regina there. I think last year, or it was recent. When I think whenever last time she was here, that show like changed my life. So I love the Palace.
Is that do you have a bucket list place that you want to play in the Capital Region?
I would say the Palace. I would love to play the Palace. I think that would be really cool.
Now, who's your dream collaboration?
Oh my gosh!
If you were to go on a show with a headliner or co-headline, who would it be with?
I don't know. That, again, such a good question. I'm gonna bring her name up again. Like, Regina's my girl. Like, I think Regina would just be so cool. And, like, also all the other amazing musicians that I listed. But, like, I think that would be, like, such an amazing opportunity. Really, anybody. Like.
Now, I said fun questions. So if you could describe yourself as a flavor of ice cream, what would it be?
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I think, that is such a good question. My gut feeling, and don't act like I have no idea why, but my gut is being like pistachio. I think because it's just like, it's just on the borderline of being like too boring, but like we're like right there. We're so close. That's what I would say, pistachio.
But still totally enjoyable.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah.
Personality flavor, sweet or salty?
I don't know.
Or
sometimes
neither.
I can be mad salty. I guess I'll be nice to myself and say sweet, but sometimes I can be salty.
If you feel like your band members had one thing to say about you, what do you think it would be?
That again, the first thing that popped into my head is just that I think that whatever I do, I feel a lot. Like, I'm just very emotional. So no matter what I'm doing, I just kind of always put emotion behind it, I'd say.
And if you had one last thing for our listeners to take home from this, anything you want to put out there for them?
Just check out the music, and kind of, if you like it, come and check us out. And we're just all about inclusiveness and stuff, and we just want to tell stories and try to share stories and connect with people.
And SydneySchizzano.com is the website?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's Sydney Schizzano. This is Tatiana with Alt 105.7 Albany's new alternative. Thanks for coming to talk to us.
Thank you so much for having me.